Thank you, Angie. More than 5 million people here in the States are living with Alzheimer's disease. That's according to the Alzheimer's Association. And now a new novel details the story of a relatively young woman diagnosed with the disease. Dr. Lisa Genova joining us, neuroscientist, graduate of Harvard, and author of this amazing book, Still Alice. It is great to see you, my dear.
Thank you, Chris.
Before we get into the book, because it is a powerful novel, I also think your story personally is powerful because you were saying a year ago you were selling this book out of the back of your car.
I was, yeah. It was a self-published title originally, and I was selling it out of the trunk of my car from my home in Cape Cod and just trying to generate a buzz. And fast forward a year later, here we are, yeah.
On the New York Times bestseller list.
Yeah.
That is quite a jump. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much.
What inspired this topic? We're seeing, I think, more and more films like Away from Her and books that sort of focus on the Alzheimer's patient's perspective. What was your motivation?
Right. Well, you know, the lion's share of everything out there has been from either the clinician's point of view or the caregiver's point of view. And we're just starting to see more and more younger people develop the disease in their 50s and 60s. And so we want to know what that face and voice looks like from their perspective. My grandmother had Alzheimer's in her 80s. And I think because as a culture, we sort of expect a certain amount of forgetting in our elderly grandparents, we let a lot go by and assumed it was normal forgetting. So she was pretty far along into the disease by the time we as a family came to care for her. So she was too far along for me to ask, Nana, what does it feel like when you look in the mirror and don't understand who you're seeing reflected back? And what's going on when you can't find the bathroom in your own home and you know that you should, but you can't? She lacked the communication skills at that point.
Right.
So the seed for the book for me was I could understand what was going on a molecular basis inside her head, but what was the human impact on that on her? What did it feel like to have Alzheimer's? So I wanted to explore from the perspective of the person with the disease what it feels like from those very first earliest symptoms.
Right. And the book is getting all kinds of amazing buzz and a phenomenal read. And we're short on time, but very briefly, you know, it's such a heartbreaking thing. Alzheimer's, it's hard to find the silver lining. But when you develop this character, Alice, is there a moment where you say, okay, there can be something that I take away from this disease that can actually be empowering, maybe living in the moment or being in the now? Is there anything a patient who's dealing with this can be empowered by?
Sure. You are more than what you can remember. You are more than what you do for a living. When those things get stripped away, you're forced to, like you said, live more in the moment and value what it is that you can feel and how you can connect with people beyond words and beyond memories in the present moment. So
it's an awesome message.
Yeah, thank you.
And an awesome book as well. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chris.
Now, the book signing told us tomorrow, is that right?
Yes, a tattered cover.
At the Tattered Cover on Colfax, which, by the way, is a great, great space. So it'd be awesome to come out, meet Lisa, get the book signed, read the book, and enjoy the Tattered Cover. It's a great locally owned bookstore. Lisa, best of luck with your next novel as well.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you taking time.
Yep.
Well, we got some big news for ER fans. A major character is back in the show. Plus, could Sex and the City